very excited to have with me today Scott Brinker, who is the VP of Platform Ecosystem at HubSpot and the editor-in-chief of chiefmartech.com. Scott, great to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, and I really appreciate the invite to come and speak at the event. It's a super exciting time in marketing.
Yes.
I've been following this space here, working in it for well over a decade. And for all the amazing things that were happening in the last decade, I thought, oh my goodness, what
Right.
revolution in marketing and MarTech.
Right.
Now that we're coming out of the crazy catalyst that, was the past year and a half, but also just as technology in the cloud, is continuing to advance in really fascinating ways, I kind of realized that actually, wow, all right, the past 10 years was exciting, but this next 10 years, in many ways, it's going to be even more exciting.
Right.
And not to fear. This is something we're all going through together. We're all going to figure it out. And yeah, I'll try and give folks a little bit of snippets of what they can take advantage of now and what's on the horizon in the immediate future.
So, tell us a little bit about what folks are going to hear about when you speak to us on September 30th.
Sure. Well, I'm going to touch on 5 topics. The first is this whole movement around what I call citizen creators, which if you've been hearing the terms about different no-code platforms, or if you start to take advantage of, like these design tools like, Canva or, podcast tools like this. Basically, more and more technology is allowing us general marketers to have at our fingertips the ability to create things that previously, we needed either expert developers or expert designers or expert audio engineers to do. So a lot of great power being unlocked there. The second thing is talk a little bit about these dynamics of things like platforms and networks, not only because they impact the technologies or the go-to-market, plays that we're running, but increasingly there's some of those patterns that we are starting to adopt for how we run marketing as a department, marketing as an organization. We'll then do the shift into a discussion about what I call the great app explosion, which, isn't just my crazy MarTech landscape of all these different, 8,000, 10,000, MarTech apps out there. But even more broadly, just we're entering an age where, the amount of software available in the cloud, for all practical purposes, is infinite. And so rather than waiting for the miraculous consolidation that puts it all into one ring to rule them all, let's sort of talk about like, how do we harness the energy, of this diversity in the app universe and actually make sense of it, for our own marketing strategies. We'll then talk a little bit about this evolution from the world of big data. We've spent like a decade figuring out how do we like get our arms around all this incredible data that's flowing into our organization. But we're now ready to move from a world of big data to what I call big ops, which is not just about having that data, but now how do we operationalize on that? And how are more and more teams, not just in marketing, but throughout the organization, able to collaboratively and in parallel, leverage this stuff to like actually shape customer experience in a much more continuous fashion. And then we will close out with everybody's favorite topic, in technology and marketing, which is a look at, harmonizing human and machine. The advances that we're seeing in AI are really incredible, but it's not about AI versus, humans. It is particularly in marketing about this collaboration of how do we leverage AI in a way that's, draws on its strengths, and also allows us, as human marketers, to bring our greatest strengths to that combination too. So
sure.
It will be an action-packed discussion in a relatively short window, but
Sure.
looking forward to it.
No, sounds great. I'm curious, the AI piece for smaller marketers, bigger marketers, larger organizations, obviously they have more, firepower, more resources available to them. Do you see big changes coming ahead for smaller marketers as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, certainly a lot of, AI technology is actually being built into the products, that marketers are adopting. In fact, in some cases, the best AI is AI that you as a marketer don't even really consciously think about. It's just, sort of embedded, in the tools you're using to make your day-to-day, processes faster and more effective. But yeah, there's also interesting things of like, some of these larger AI custom models and all sorts of stuff that you see in enterprises, there's so much innovation happening in this space. Goes back to some of those no code tools we started with,
Yep. Mhm.
that start to make, even, smaller versions of that capability accessible, to even relatively small marketing teams with
Sure.
not a whole team of data scientists in a back room.
Sure. You're not, are you using some of that no code, like you're not using Canva for the MarTech landscape, are you? No.
Sadly, I am not. Although it's fascinating, there's like a whole product out there called Logo Intern that's
Okay.
entirely designed on like how do you like create these landscapes and crazy logos. So just in case if you're wondering, is there an app for everything out there? Yes,
There
yes,
is.
there is.
All right, fantastic. Well, hey, Scott, it was great to catch up with you today. Thank you very much. We look forward to your talk on September 30th. It'll be virtual at the AMA Madison Annual Conference.
Great, looking forward to seeing you there.
Terrific. Thanks, Scott.